Surah 3, Part 9. And what befell you on the day the two throngs met with Allah's permission, and that he might know the believers, and that he might know those who play the hypocrites. And it was said to them, Come, fight in the way of Allah, or push back. They said, Had we known fighting, we would have followed you. They to kufr on that day were closer than they to faith, saying with their mouths what is not in their hearts, and Allah is a knower of what they conceal. Those who have said of their brothers when they sat, Had they obeyed us, they would not have been killed. Say, then avert death from yourselves, if you are truthful. And do not think those who have been killed in the way of Allah are dead, rather alive, with their Lord. They are provided for, rejoicing in what Allah has given them of His favour, and they receive good news about those who have not followed them of those left behind, that there is no fear upon them, nor do they grieve. They receive good news of grace from Allah and favour, and that Allah does not squander the believer's wage. Those who have responded to Allah and the Messenger after what the ulcer has afflicted them, for those who have acted good among them and have feared, there is a great wage. Those to whom the people said, The people have gathered against you, so fear them. But it increased them in faith, and they said, Our sufficiency is Allah, and excellent was the agent. So they turned around with grace from Allah and favour. No evil touched them, and they followed the pleasure of Allah, and Allah is a possessor of great favour. That is only the devil that frightens his protectors, so do not fear them, but fear me, if you are believers. And let those who hasten into kufr not grieve you. They will not harm Allah at all. Allah wants not to make them a share in the hereafter, and theirs is great torture. Those who have bought kufr with faith will not harm Allah at all, and theirs is painful torture. And let those who have disbelieved not think that we give them respite, good for themselves. We only give them respite that they may increase in iniquity, and theirs is base torture. Allah would not leave the believers on what you are on until He might distinguish the bad one from the good. And Allah would not apprise you of the ghaib, but Allah chooses from His messengers whom He wills. So believe in Allah and His messengers. And if you believe and fear, you have a great wage. And let those who are stingy with what Allah has given them from His favour not think it is a good for them, rather it is an evil for them. What they were stingy with will encircle on the day of resurrection, and Allah's is the inheritance of the skies and the earth, and Allah is an expert in what you do. Allah has heard the speech of those who have said, Allah is poor and we are rich. We shall write what they have said, and they are killing the prophets without right, and say, Taste the torch of the fire. That is because of what their hands have offered, and that Allah is not an evildoer to the slaves. Those who said, Allah has recognized from us that we should not believe a messenger until he brings us a korban which the fire consumes. Say, Messengers came before me with the proofs and with what you speak. So why did you kill them if you are truthful? So if they have called you a liar, then messengers were called liars before you, who came with the proofs and the Zubur and the bright book.